Okay, continuing with Little House in the Big Woods, the story of Grandpa and the Panther. And yeah, this is the rest of chapter 2. Hi, Malachi. Hi, Asa. Hi, future grandchildren. Okay, there's the picture. Okay, your grandpa went to town one day. Oh, see, this is the story that Pa is telling the girls um, about his story about his dad, their grandpa. Your grandpa went to town one day and was late starting home. It was dark when he came riding his horse through the big woods, so dark that he could hardly see the road, and when he heard a panther scream he was frightened, for he had no gun. See, murdery, quite murdery, this story. How does a panther scream? Laura asked. Like a woman. Oh my gosh, sexist too, said Pa, like this. Then he screamed so that Laura and Mary shivered with terror. Ma jumped in her chair and said, "Mercy, Charles." I'm going to try to stop the side comments, just read the story. I'll try. But Laura and Mary loved to be scared like that. The horse, with Grandpa on him, ran fast, for it was frightened too. But it could not get away from the panther. The panther followed through the dark woods. It was a hungry panther, and it came as fast as the horse could run. It screamed now on this side of the road, now on the other side, and it was always close behind. Grandpa leaned forward in the saddle and urged the horse to run faster. The horse was running as fast as it could possibly run, and still the panther screamed close behind. There's the panther again. Ugh. Then Grandpa caught a glimpse of it as it leaped from treetop to treetop, almost overhead. It was a huge black panther, leaping through the air like Black Susan leaping on a mouse. It was many, many times bigger than Black Susan. It was so big that if it leaped on Grandpa, it could kill him with its enormous slashing claws and long, sharp teeth. Grandpa on his horse was running away from it just as a mouse runs from a cat. The panther did not scream any more. Grandpa didn't see it any more, but he knew that it was coming, leaping after him in the dark woods behind him. The horse ran with all its might. At last the horse ran up to Grandpa's house. Grandpa saw the panther springing. Grandpa jumped off the horse against the door. He burst through the door and slammed it behind him. The panther landed on the horse's back, just where Grandpa had been. The horse screamed terribly and ran. He was running away into the big woods with the panther riding on his back and ripping its back with its claws. But Grandpa grabbed his gun from the wall, got to the window just in time to shoot the panther dead. I guess he wanted to save his horse. Grandpa said he would never again go into the big woods without his gun. Again, murdery, but the story of your ancestors. They were rugged people, pioneers, soldiers, farmers. They kept moving west, some of them on my mom's side. And your grandpa, Parker, who's buried in Yarmouth, a mile from where you live now, Malachi, and your grandpa, Penley. Penley's here in Auburn. Yeah, they were pioneers. Anyway, back to the book. When Pa told this story, Laura and Mary shivered and snuggled closer to him. They were safe and snug on his knees, with his strong arms around them. They liked to be there before the warm fire, with Black Susan purring on the hearth, and good dog Jack stretched out beside her. When they heard a wolf howl, Jack's head lifted and the hairs rose stiff along his back. But Laura and Mary listened to that lonely sound in the dark and the cold of the big woods, and they were not afraid. They were cozy and comfortable in their little house made of logs, with the snow drifted around it, and the wind crying because it could not get in by the fire. And that is the end of chapter 2. I will continue with chapter 3 in the next installment. Love you. Bye.